All right, guys, we've got a 2008 Big Dog Mastiff electronic fuel injection Softail motorcycle for sale. This bike currently has extremely low 5,304 very well cared for miles. Now, this particular bike is equipped with the metallic silver base paint job, and then you've got black tribal flames. Definitely an absolutely gorgeous motorcycle. Now, in 2008, Big Dog equipped these bikes with the extremely powerful 1,916cc 117 cubic inch S&S V-twin motor. As mentioned before, this bike is equipped with the electronic fuel injection, which is pretty rare. Most of the Big Dog motorcycles had a carbureted motor. The bike was also equipped with a 6-speed Baker transmission. You've got a right side balanced drive. You have PM disc brakes and PM polished billet wheels. They definitely didn't spare any expenses when they were building these motorcycles. Now, up front, you've got a 21-inch rim. In the rear, you've got an 18-inch rim with a gigantic 300mm tire. Definitely gives the bike that classic Pro Street Chopper look. Now, this bike does have a couple additions. First off, you've got the Big Dog sissy bar ready struts. Obviously the plugs are out of here, but what that will allow you to do is to add a sissy bar rather easily. That will help you facilitate a rear passenger, or you can also put a storage rack on those sissy bars to carry some gear. Definitely a nice option to have, and if you don't have those struts that are readily for the mounting of the sissy bar, I believe they're about $700-800 to acquire those, so that's definitely a nice thing to have. You have the rear passenger pegs, and so again, that will allow you to add a pillion pad or a 2-up seat to again facilitate a passenger, so definitely a nice thing to have. You've got the Super Trap exhaust system. Definitely a nice exhaust system aesthetically, and sounds very nice as well. And then you've also got the Big Dog Easy clutch. What that's going to allow is for less pressure on that clutch lever, and just makes it easier to shift and ride the motorcycle. Another addition to the motorcycle is that custom license plate bracket. That's got a tail light and running light, actually tail light and brake light rather. And so that is an aftermarket addition. Whoever has owned the motorcycle previously has shaved the turn signal indicators, and so those are no longer there. If that's something you wanted to add, I noticed that the wiring should still be there and does function, and so those can be added if that is something that is a necessity for you. Now, I'd rate the bike at a 9.5 out of a 10. The bike is in great shape. Only reason I'm not giving it a 10 rating is obviously it's used. It's a 2008 model, so you're going to have a few minor cosmetic blemishes, and you've got 5,300 miles on it. There's just no way to keep it absolutely perfect. But it is one of the cleaner bikes that I've come across recently. In fact, I'd probably give it a little bit higher rating, but I try to describe the bikes as accurately as possible. In fact, I've been told that I over describe them. And so I just want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting when you're purchasing a motorcycle from me. So we'll get to the back of the motorcycle, and then we'll start doing some close-ups and a full condition report of the motorcycle. Now the Avon tires, I'm gonna say the rear tire, you've got approximately 40 to 50% of tread remaining. I'm not sure if this is the original tire or not, but it's one of those things. The tire appears to be in decent shape. There's no weather cracking, and so this should definitely give you some decent life coming up. It just depends on whether you'd like to replace them down the road. That rear fender is in phenomenal shape. Appears that there hasn't been any two-up seats or pillion pads applied to that rear fender very often, because I can't see any major blemishes to point out. Silver with the black tribal flames is absolutely beautiful. Definitely a very, very classy paint job. The motorcycle was just fully and professionally detailed. My detailer is very, very attention to detail. He goes through and polishes the polished billet. Definitely takes some time there. And so he's done a phenomenal job cleaning the bike up and making it look as close to new as you possibly can. So no major blemishes to point out on the polished billet on that rear wheel or rear pulley, maybe with the exception of some light surface scratching just from polish, or, dusting the bike off throughout the course of its life. You've got that rear belt guard. It's in great shape. No major blemishes to point out either. Rear swing arm, same story there. You've got that Super Trap exhaust system. Aesthetically, you probably have a few light surface scratches just from dragging your leg on and off of the motorcycle, but I don't see any boot burn, and really no major blemishes to point out there. Big Dog solo seat is in great shape. The leather is not cracking or anything of that sort, and so again, no major blemishes to point out there. Those struts are in great shape. No major blemishes to point out there either. You've got that Big Dog electrical cover, really in great shape as well. Got the BDM balanced drive cover there, in great shape. Now I'm going to advertise the motorcycle as some light scrapes on the bottom of the frame. These bikes, every chopper realistically sits really low to the ground, and it's almost impossible to prevent them from scraping a driveway at some time and point. This one doesn't appear to be that bad underneath, but I'm going to advertise that there's some light scraping there, just so you don't expect it to be absolutely perfect. The Big Dog gas tank is in phenomenal shape. No blemishes whatsoever to point out there. Got those beautiful tribal flames. Right side of the gas tank's in phenomenal shape as well. You've got the rocker box covers on the rear cylinder there, in great shape. No major blemishes to point out. You've got that EFI cover there, which is unique to the electronic fuel injected motorcycles through Big Dog. The front rocker box cover is in great shape. No major blemish to point out there either. I don't see any rust marks inside the bolts, and so this bike has been garaged from new, hasn't been left in the weather. The engine jugs and fins in great condition. We've got that Big Dog air cleaner cover that's in great shape, no major blemishes to point out there. You've got that front brake lever and rider peg. You've got a little bit of wear in between the rubber. The rubber's in great shape, it's not separating. These really are one of the cleaner set of pegs I've seen and cleaner bike that I've come across. So in fact, I think the 9.5 rating is probably a little low. Should probably be closer to 9.75, but again, I just want to make sure you know exactly what you're getting. You've got the hand controls and the mirror. The rubber on the grips are in great shape. Mirror is in great shape. Handlebars, speedometer, and odometer. Might have a few light surface scratches just from the age of the motorcycle, but really this bike is in great condition. The front of that gas tank, no major blemishes, or no blemishes actually to point out. You've got those down tubes on the frame. No major blemishes to point out there on the front of the down tubes. You've got, looks like you've got a rock chip right there that I can see. Get you a shot of the undercarriage. Headlights in great condition, no major blemishes to point out there. Triple trees and forks in great condition. Again, no major blemishing to point out there either. Got that front fender. The rear of it looks pretty decent. No major blemishes to point out. Polished billet on the front right side of the wheel in great condition. I don't see any major blemishes off the top of my vision here to point out. Front portion of the front fender appears to be in great shape. Looks like you might have a little, I think that's just some grime from the road that is on there. Let's wipe that off real quick. Front Avon tire appears to be in good shape. I don't see any weather cracking. There's a little bit of dirt on there. They just resurfaced the roads up here, and so that's what you're seeing on there. I'm going to deem that the front tire has approximately 40 to 50% of tread remaining. Left side of the front wheel on the polished billet appears to be in really good condition. No major blemishes. Pretty much the same story throughout the whole motorcycle. Front brake rotor appears to be in great shape. No blemishing in the chrome that I can see. Again, the front portion of the handlebars and mirrors in great shape. You might have a few minor blemishes just from some road grime or small debris coming up and hitting it, but overall the bike is actually really clean. Left side of the gas tank, no blemishes to point out whatsoever. We've got got that down tube. You might have a little bit of a mark there. Almost looks like it's something's rubbed up against it. I'll try to get that off with some light compound. But again, just want to be sure you know exactly what you're getting with this motorcycle. Got the left side rider peg and shift peg, toe peg, really good condition. Might have a little bit of wear in between the rubber, but really a great example of used pegs in a used motorcycle. Side of the motor is in great condition. Rocker box covers, all the engine bolt heads, engine fins, and engine jugs, great shape. No major blemishes to point out. You've got the ignition cover there. Might have a few light surf scratches just from being dusted off over the course of the life of the bike, but nothing crazy. You've got that primary cover. It's in great shape. No major blemishes to point out there. You've got that left side electrical cover. It appears to be in great shape and no major blemishes to point out there either. The big dog solo seat on the side appears to be in great shape. No creasing of the leather, anything of that sort. The left side swing arms in great condition. Don't see any major blemishes to point out there either. The chrome kickstand, of course, you're going to have a little bit of wear from the kickstand going up and down, so there appears to be a little bit of peeling chrome there. Very, very common, just from the way these operate. You've got that aftermarket rear passenger peg on the left side. Again, really looks like it's never been used. Hard for me to believe that there's been a passenger on this motorcycle very often. And so it means the passenger pegs are going to be in great shape. The clear coat on that rear fender appears to be in phenomenal shape as well. You've got that left side strut with the sissy bar mounting bracket. Appears to be in great shape. No major blemishes to point out there. You've got this aftermarket bracket. You've got a few minor pit marks, and it's just probably from a cheap chrome job. Again, that could be replaced rather easily, but that's probably the only major blemish on the motorcycle, and it's very, very minor. But that's not a factory BDM part, so that could be replaced. You could either go back to the factory mounting bracket or do another new license plate and tail light bracket. The polish bill on the left side of the rear wheel is in great shape. I don't see any major blemishes in the polish bill on the wheel that I can see. Again, the bike's been completely detailed recently, and so it looks really, really nice, as close to new as you're going to get for a 2008 model. Looks like you might have a few, oh, actually that's just road debris. Just some dust on there, so. And that rear fender, that beautiful silver metallic paint with the black tribal ghost flames, just a really, really beautiful motorcycle. So that pretty much sums it up as far as a condition report aesthetically. Let's go ahead and fire the motorcycle up for you. So there you have it. Definitely shows the motorcycle runs extremely well. Rides even better. Everything functions on the motorcycle as it should. And definitely a very, very clean bike. Don't think you'll be disappointed with the condition. If you guys do have any additional questions, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can reach me on my direct cell phone line, which is 801-564-0629. Again, that's 801-564-0629. You can also email me at theautorealm@gmail.com. That's going to be TheAutorealm@gmail.com. My name is Chase Holbrook, and I am the owner and operator of Auto Realm. I would also suggest that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Anytime we have any new and upcoming inventory coming into stock, we'll go ahead and shoot a full walk-around condition report of the motorcycle, and then we will also be posting some more pictures. You can also hop on over to our direct website, which is www.auto-realm.com. There's also another link at www.utahchopper.com. I most definitely appreciate your time, and I also look forward to the possibility of working with you. Thank you so much for your interest, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you very much.